All right, so your first book,
Yeah.
Mythology of Imperialism, was originally based on your doctoral dissertation.
Yes.
So how did this transform into a book that looked at literature in this through this different lens?
Well, I got my PhD in like 64. No, sorry, 67. I started it in 64 at the University of Manchester in England, and I wrote this very scholarly, in academic language and very formal. And then I wanted to turn it into a more popular book, and I came back to the United States, and it was published in 1971. So 67 to 71 was a time of like really the hippie counterculture and anti-war protests and feminism and black power. And so in rewriting the book, it also got sort of influenced by all of the cultural and political upheavals of the late 60s and early 70s. And so the language of the book changed. If I could read like the first sentence, and it's we, the readers and students of literature, have been hijacked. The literary critics, our teachers, those assassins of culture, have put us up against the wall and held us captive. In classrooms, we sat passively and took notes. We were paralyzed, afraid of their power. So it's sort of reflecting the sensibility of that time, really, when the curriculum was very narrow. It was all dead white men. There was no women writers, and it was also a time when nobody wrote about the literature of imperialism or the literature of the British Empire. The British had this empire for hundreds of years, and British writers had written about various aspects of novels and poetry about colonialists in Africa and in India and in South America. And so it is also, again, bringing to the surface like this sort of whole hidden part of American literature and, of British literature. And so the book was also recently reissued.